every hero has a beginning, and this summer, families will get to learn more about the origin story of one of the most beloved characters in Disney Pixar history, Buzz Lightyear. Take a look.
Sensors have indicated that the Zerg ship powers the robots on the ground.
So we fly up there, we blow up the ship, and surprise, robots, you're toast. Then we put your crystal in the turnip
and finish the mission. It's a good plan. To infinity.
Are you trying to get me to pull your finger?
Don't fall for it.
No, not like that. It was... sorry, it's a thing your grandma and I used to do.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a clip from the new sci-fi action adventure Lightyear. And here with us today, one of the film's stars, the amazing Uzo Aduba, is here on the social.
Hi, ladies.
Hi. Welcome to the show, Uzo. I mean, let's just dive in. The Toy Story franchise, it has been around and been so impactful for so many people's lives. The characters have literally become pop culture icons. And in this movie, we get to learn a little bit more about the backstory of Buzz himself. Yeah. But I felt watching this film is a big departure.
Yes.
Like, it is not like Toy Story at all. I felt like I was on a roller coaster. It is a grand adventure. Talk a little bit more about what audiences can expect.
I mean, this is Pixar's first sci-fi adventure story. You know, this is the first time they've taken us through a thriller like this, you know, with this kind of roller coaster energy and feel. And this is a movie that helps to shape our understanding of the man behind the toy. And we get to understand how it is exactly that he became so iconic, a little boy like Andy wanted to have him in his life.
That was it. And so tell us about Alicia Hawthorne, your character.
Yeah, my character is named Commander Alicia Hawthorne. She has a title.
Excuse me. Thank you. Good to point out.
She is the commander of the Space Rangers. She is a strong, confident, intelligent leader. She is excellent at her job, passionate about her job, and really focused and serious about her job, but not so serious she forgets the meaning of life.
Yes.
And the point of living. And she is a best friend to Buzz. And along the way, when they're marooned on this abandoned planet together, as they're both trying to find their way back home, they both find their way. She finds her way into her purpose and hopes to share a little light of that with Buzz.
She's a really delightful character. I'm curious, from your perspective as the actor behind the character, did you feel any pressure stepping into this epic franchise?
How do you not? How do you not? I mean, pressure in the best of ways. I mean, I think it was pressure, but a really fortunate pressure at the same time, because of course we all know, you know, 2.5 decades worth of life has been told. People have come to know this character, this world, this story. Kids have grown up on it. So there are little kids who are watching and loving and learning about Buzz Lightyear. There are big kids who have grown up learning and loving Buzz Lightyear. And so it was a real, I don't know, treat, just overjoyed with the idea that I would become a part of this story in any capacity. But yeah, definitely was like, whoa, this is a big deal. But it was cool.
It really is. I mean, listen, this is where the audiences are going to learn, as you were saying, Buzz Lightyear's backstory, what shaped him into the man and the legend that he became. And as we were watching this, we learned, like, this is really thematically about self-discovery in many ways. And what do you think in terms of along those lines? Do you think that audiences, both, you know, the older generation and maybe a new, younger generation will take away in terms of that part of Buzz's journey?
Yeah, I think people, both young and old, can learn that it's okay to make mistakes.
Yes.
That life, we make them all the time. Everybody's gonna make goofs. Nobody's gonna be perfect. And that sometimes the biggest, you know, our biggest enemy can be ourselves, the pressure and the expectations we place on ourselves.
About the way the world is supposed to go,
About the way
right?
the world is supposed to go and how things are supposed to happen. And if we leave a little room for grace, perhaps maybe our best and greatest self can come to life. I think that's something that people can walk away with. I think there's also something to be said about real joy, too, you know, and teamwork. And we all need teammates. Y'all know you work in a team every day. You know, it takes the whole group to make something go. And I think we can feel and experience that in this.
Yeah. Tim Allen, of course, was the much-loved original voice for Buzz Lightyear. Now Chris Evans has taken on this role. I mean, again, that must have been daunting for him as well. But what do you think that Chris brought? Because it is a different energy, but it's also very, very reminiscent of what Tim Allen brought to the role.
Yes, which I think is actually the real part, the real spark of genius in his performance. You know, it's being able to know and understand that there is a character that is so iconic and so beloved that we all know in Tim Allen's performance and part in the world of Buzz Lightyear, but also understanding that he is creating not the toy experience of the character, but the real man experience. So being able to infuse the life that we came to know and also being able to develop something new, I think he did a really great job with that. And giving the audience spice of what they wanted while also be able to introduce them into something new.
I mean, your chemistry is clearly evident, like Alicia Buzz, Uzo Chris. I'm always fascinated about the behind the scenes and how the process goes when you are voicing. Did you actually voice these characters together?
No, we did not, which is not uncommon. That's actually a really common practice in animation because in order to get a clean sound, in order to get clean takes, you have to do it sort of isolated in booths.
So had you met before?
We met when we did the premiere for the movie, and that was really exciting. Yeah, because the whole cast, you know, Pixar, they brought this incredible all-star cast together to do this project. We have Keke Palmer, Taika Waititi, Chris Evans, of course, Dale Soules, and many more that are part of it. And it was really exciting to come together at the premiere, and you're seeing everyone on the screen in their work, but to really see it fully is really fantastic. It's like a little extra cherry on top of a very delicious sundae you get to have for an experience. That's our treat. That's the dessert we get in this experience.
So there's obviously been a lot of positive buzz around the movie, and pun intended. There has also been some surprising and, I mean, disheartening in a way, news surrounding some countries that have decided to ban the film because your character shares a brief kiss with your wife.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, it was funny. Mel and I talked afterwards. We didn't even really notice it. It didn't, you know?
It happened? Oh, yeah, that happened?
But that scene, and then I couldn't help but think about the backdrop of what's happening in Florida with the Don't Say Gay bill and everything. Like, can you talk about the significance and maybe the weight of knowing that you're putting this film out there with this really important character?
You know, it's unfortunate. It's really disappointing, if I'm being honest, to see that response happen. But at the same time, because it is something that is, to your point, quite brief, but still beautiful. And I think what's really nice I choose to lean into the positive. The positive and amazing thing is that so many places have embraced the story in its totality and are excited to see the movie in its full scope and range around the globe. And I'm excited for those audiences to come into the theaters to see this film, to understand when they look up at the screen, they see a whole range of breadth of story being told that everybody should be excited about. So that's something that I think is wonderful, you know, and this film is one that is light years ahead of its time. I think it's a film that will stand the test of time, and decades to come will really prove that it's on the right side of history.
Okay, so there's an iconic line in the film, to infinity and beyond.
Yes.
And I want to know, like, when you had to deliver that for the first time in the film and recording that, was that like a moment, or was that just me projecting onto you?
No, not projecting. It's 100%. Like, if we were in session, I would say yes. Like, it's 100% true. 100% true. I lost my marbles, you guys, when that line came. I lost them the first time when I read the script. I was like my mind was blown that was going to be something introduced, that I would be able to say it. Also really exciting to learn the origin of that expression. You know, well, when we hear it we hear it all the time in the earlier films, and then when you get to watch the movie, you get to learn what that really means.
Yes.
This expression that he keeps saying all the time, and what it means to him, right? So that was really cool. So then when we shot it the first time, I mean, we should have not been rolling because I wasted that take, but that's fine. Sorry, Disney. But I was so over the mood. Uzo came out onto the screen. I started screaming in the middle of it because I couldn't believe that I was saying this for real, that this, like, suddenly I was, like, waking up from the dream and realizing this wasn't a dream, it was reality. So it was just amazing.
I mean, would it be so bold as to ask us to say that?
Or is this sacrilegious?
I mean, it's never too much. Never. We're
Shall we
all a
look?
part of the verse, the universe.
What
Let's do it in the middle here. Can we do it in the middle?
Yes, to each other,
To
to
each
the
other.
fingers.
Ready?
To
infinity and beyond. Yes.
Lightyear is out in theaters tomorrow. Check it out. Uzo, what an honor.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
This
you.
was so
Thank you.
fantastic.
So,
Thanks for
so
having
much.
me.
Wishing you all the best.
Thank you.